this right. Hey there, hey Bree, how's it going? Hey Megan, so glad you guys could join. Just trying to get this right. How's everybody doing? It's Friday, I'm so excited. Hey there Erin, how are ya? Okay, sorry, my tripod is being a little bit weird. I have to use a tripod when I do lettering scopes so you guys can see what I'm writing. How's everybody doing? Posh Plum, thanks for joining in. How are you guys? Hope you guys are having a good Friday. My kids are off at a friend. Hey Megan, how are you? So good to see you on here. I love Periscope. It's like hanging out. Thanks for inviting followers, you guys. I'm going to do a really quick, I have about 10 minutes. I have to go get my kids. I do a swap with some friends, and that's why this is such a good time to scope, because we won't have any visitors. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm not sure, I think I have some new people here. Just put in the comments where you're from, if you already do lettering, if you own a business, or if you're just kind of here to watch, that's fine too. So I'll quickly introduce myself, and then I just have a couple minutes to get going with this little brush lettering tutorial. So hopefully this will be a fast scope. Mesa, Arizona, one of my best friends lives there. That's awesome. Thanks for joining, guys. If you're new, just kind of tell me a little bit about yourself in the comments. But okay, first of all, I'm just going to introduce myself. My name's Shannon. I own plumstprints. I brought a little card so you can see my business logo. I do lettering. We make planners and phone cases and lots of just different pretty gifts and items for you. Hey there, from You With Love. I think it's Brenda. I know you're good friends with one of my friends, Jess, in Seattle. Hey there, how are you? So good to see you. Okay, so I only have a couple minutes. I have to do this quick and not get distracted by the comments. So I'm going to talk about brush lettering today. I just did this a second ago and put it up on my Instagram account if you guys saw that. So, hey there, thanks so much for joining. KK Randolph, thanks so much for coming in, guys. Yeah, you're excited. Okay, this is gonna be so awesome because you guys are gonna see how easy this is. Like, people will be like, oh my goodness, that looks so hard. But if you have the right pens, it can be so easy. And I don't know if you guys have seen some of my other scopes. I did one about lettering with Crayola markers, just like your kids' markers. So if you go to my Catch account, catch.me/plumstprints, you can see that one too. So there's lots of little tricks and tips that I'll talk to you about. So I'm going to show you today how I do brush lettering with an actual brush pen. So if you saw on my Instagram, I put a link to this exact pen in my bio. So if you want to get this pen, it's really inexpensive. I think they're about $6 each. I usually get a couple at a time, and they have refill packs of this ink that come with it. So if you want to get started, just do that. Hop on over to your Amazon and grab that. But what I'm going to talk to you today about is just kind of the basic way that you do the strokes, and then also kind of show you how to use the pen. So feel free to just put a comment in if you have any questions. But I'm going to flip the camera around and kind of get going on this. So, and if you want me to write anything too, just let me know. Hey there, thanks for joining. I'm just going to kind of turn this down. Okay, is that good? It's kind of a weird angle for me, but oh, I want to show you guys this too. This is the wrapper from this pen. It is so crazy. People ask me all the time where the pens are from, and it's like all this Japanese writing. So that's why you got to go to the link in my bio. Hey there. Oh, I'm so glad you can see. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, get this. I just ripped one out of here. Go to the link in my Instagram bio at plumstprints, and you can see that. Okay, so what I'm going to show you really quickly is just how this pen works. So it looks kind of like a pen, but if you see it like on your finger, it's like a paintbrush. So wet ink is going to come out of that, if you guys can see that, okay? So before you use it, my daughter is giving you lots of blue hearts. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of her. Tell her to keep them coming. Okay, so what you're going to see on this pen is, this is like the ink shaft right here. So all the ink is actually kept in here. And this is kind of where you squeeze the ink up into this funnel, and then it slowly will release down into the brush, okay? So you kind of just have to know how to use that. Thanks for joining, guys. So what you're going to want to do when you use this is you're going to have to squeeze. I hope you can see that. You're going to have to squeeze this pen right here. And that's going to get the ink flowing down. So like when I first got one of these pens, I didn't even know you had to squeeze it. And I was trying to write and it was all dry. I'll show you what it looks like. Like if it's dry, you're going to have all these like like stroke marks on your page, and it's just not going to look very good. So the biggest tip is you want it to be super wet. So when you get your pen, what you want to do is you want to squeeze the ink. So I'm going to show you. I hope you can see. I'm totally squeezing the ink, and you're going to see in this little cartridge, you're going to see ink fill up in here. Okay, and if you like this, you can invite your friends too, guys. Okay, so just squeeze the ink right into here. And we've talked about this on some other scopes if you've been with me, but the biggest thing for lettering is that, oh, thanks, Brenda. You want to, when you're writing, you want to go thin when you're going up and thick when you're going down. And if you do that, that's what's going to give it like that lettering look. Because if you're just going to, let's say I wanted to write a U, but I just wrote it the whole thing thick, or if I just wrote it all thin, it's not going to look as good as if you have that variation. And sometimes you might want to do it all thick like that, where you have like a super, super thick letter. But if you can see, when it gets dry right there, you're going to have splotches where the ink doesn't come down. So that's going to be the biggest thing. So just remember when you get your pen, so squeeze it in the middle. I need these skills so beautiful. Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much. You guys are so nice. Okay, and Britt, oh, you're so funny. Thank you. Okay, so just go thin up, thick down. So if you get a pen, like before you even practice writing like your name and stuff, just keep practicing that, because then it will become more natural to you and you'll just start to write that way. So, oh my goodness, Megan, you're so nice. You could do this so easily. You're so creative. Okay, so squeeze your pen, and I'll just do Megan's name, I think. Mine would not. Oh yeah, it would. Britt's broadcast. Just try it. Trust me. Okay, so I'm just going to do, I'll start with Megan because I know her. So, so go thin up and then thick down. And I hope, is it MEGAN? I've been wanting to learn this. Yes, you can do it. Go to the link in my Instagram page and you can get this exact pen there. It's in my bio. So thin up, thick down, just like that. And as you do it more, you'll see that it's starting to get dry, so I'm going to kind of squeeze more ink into it. You can kind of start to play around with the way your letters look as you do it more. So, oops. So that's just kind of how you would start to like do someone's name. And so anytime you're writing anything, just remember that, like even if you're just going to write like hello, and you can even practice this, like I said. Oh, thank you guys so much. You can even practice this just with like your kids' markers at home. Like just practice going thin up and thick down with any markers that you have. And you can see right here, like it got a little thinner, so I would probably come back over it, especially if I was lettering it like for a project, and I would kind of make the thicks a little bit thicker. And one thing that I see a lot when people first get a brush pen is they're really scared to make it thick. Like when you go, let's say I'm going to write the letter H. Let me squeeze this. So if I just wrote like an H like that, it would just be a fine H. I hope you can see that okay. But if I come in and I make the downstrokes thicker, that's what's going to make it look a little bit nicer and look like lettering. So if you guys have any like name, if you want me to write your name or anything, that's pretty much the basics of it. So again, so this is your brush pen. In here is the ink. So you're going to squeeze that. Brielle. Okay, let me write Brielle. Is that your daughter's name? That's so cute. Okay, so what I would do first is I would just start to go thin up and thick down. You can see when you do the bigger letters, it's going to be a little bit harder on your ink. So I should have probably put more ink into that before I started. So Bree. Ooh, I need more ink. You can kind of see it's a little bit dry. It's harder to write longer words. But just kind of like that maybe. Is that? There you go. And if you put your email address on my Instagram, I can send that. I can scan that in and send that to you too. I forgot what your name was, but for Brielle. So yeah, so that's pretty much the basic. Do you guys have any questions before I go? Oh, thank you guys. do you have any questions before I get off? Yeah, Erin, just put your name or your email address in my Instagram. Oh, good. She loves it. Thanks. But yeah, just get your pens and then get home, and you can even just practice your name. Like I think it's fun to write my name. There was another name somebody wrote, Willie Bean Co. Do you scan it and tweak it in Illustrator? Yes, I scan it and tweak it in Illustrator, and so I just have like a basic scanner. What's your Instagram handle? It's at plumstprints. I'll just write it here. At Plum Street. And someone tell me to write something. I can't remember. Was it Willie? What was that? Can I get the Aaron too? Okay, Rian, Aaron. Okay, so let me do these really quick. So R-H-I-A-N. Okay, so I love lowercase r's. So I would probably do a lowercase r to start with. I hope I'm spelling this right. And if you see, it's kind of like the variation, such as, oh, thank you guys. Oh my goodness. So thanks, Posh Plum. That's so nice of you. Okay, so I would do something like that. And I kind of like it all lowercase, so you can just play around like with what you would want for your name. Thank you. And then Aaron, was that the other one somebody asked for? Okay, so let's see here. So that's a short name, so it's kind of fun because you can do pretty big letters for that. So maybe Aaron, okay. I think there were 2 Aarons on here, so if you guys want me to both send this to you. So that was how I would start, and then sometimes what I like to do, oh, thank you guys, so fun, so glad you guys are here. So what I would do is I like to make it kind of super thick. Like, I just think that that looks kind of good. So I might just go in and like thicken up. Can I, Aaron, too? Love that. Yes, I'll send these to both you guys, both Aarons on there. Just go into my Instagram and you can put your email on there. So I would probably come and make these thicker. I don't know. I like the thick and the thin together. Capri. Okay, let's do Capri, and then I'll probably have to go. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. I have to go get my kids in just a minute. But let me do Capri really quick for you. So, okay. Oops. Let's see. And you can play around too with like how you want your letters to look. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you guys. I'll do another scope on lettering. That's like my favorite thing to do them on. So make sure you join my next scope and I'll write your name for you. Okay, so there's Capri. And like I said, you can go back and you can kind of make it like certain parts of it thicker and kind of clean it up, which is what I would do like if I was doing it for like a project that I was doing for my business. I would probably just go in and like make it a little bit cleaner. But so yeah, so there's Capri. Go put your email address in my Instagram comments, and then I can have that to send to you guys. So the other thing you got to be careful is it's like kind of wet, like the ink is still kind of wet. So if you do these, this is like real just like black ink in here, so you kind of got to leave it out to dry for a little bit before you scan it in, because otherwise it will get your scanner like kind of wet on the screen. So anyway, if you guys like this, share this with your friends. What type? Are you saying what type of pen? I talked about this. Thanks, Megan. Have a good day. Yeah, the pen, if you're just joining, go rewatch the replay. The pen, the link to this pen is in my bio of my Instagram account, and my Instagram is at plumstprints. Certain paper use. So this is just like a little bit of a thicker printer paper. It's not anything super special. It's not as thin as like a basic text paper, but it's just like a basic kind of like a nice printer paper. But that's because I go through so much paper that I only use my cardstock for like really nice projects, because I'm doing lettering stuff all the time. So so yeah, if you want more info about the pen, just go over to my Instagram page. The link's in the bio. This is the wrapper I showed you guys. It's like this really crazy Japanese script. So make sure you go and check out the one I use. I've tried a lot of different types, and this is one of my favorites for like the wet ink. And remember, the ink's in the cartridge, so just squeeze that when you're starting to write. So, and then show me, I want you guys to tag me when you do projects on your Instagram. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for coming, because I want to see your progress. After my last one, I had some people send me pictures of lettering they were doing, and I really want to see you guys doing it. So anyway, thanks for joining. I have to go get my kids, but I hope you have a great Friday, and I'll try to scope about this again soon. So, okay, bye.